guys, so before I get into the review that I'm going to do today in this video, I wanted to update you on a few things and talk about a few things that will be going on my channel in the next few weeks. The first thing I want to talk about is probably the first thing you noticed, and that is that I reorganized my bookshelf, not only just here but everywhere else. So yes, I'm going to be doing an updated bookshelf tour hopefully in August. It's one of my goals to put that up for you guys because I've been getting so many requests from you guys on Twitter and on comments on my videos that it's insane. The second thing I want to talk about is a book club that I am a part of. And yes, so I joined this book club about a month ago or so, and it's me and 4 other YouTubers. We have Jocie, Alexa, Monica, and Charlotte. All their channels will be down in the bar below, and if you want to check out their channels, definitely subscribe because they're all great YouTubers. Pretty much, we pick a book every month. We're going to read it and review it and upload a review for you guys here on each of our channels. This month they're reading The Knife of Never Letting Go, which I have read previously about 2 years ago, but then I just finished rereading it for the book club, so stay tuned for a review on that. I absolutely love that book and I can't wait to talk about it. The last thing I want to talk about is my next video, I guess. Hopefully my next video will be up in a week. That is because it's an idea I have that will probably take time to edit and film and execute. Hopefully it goes well. You'll see what that is. I'm not sure if it's going to be uploaded before the review for my book club or after, but just stay tuned for that. It's something different I want to do on this channel. Alright guys, so without further ado, I'm going to get into the review that I'm doing, so I hope you enjoy and I hope you get excited about this book because it's so great and I really hope you check it out. So the book I'm going to be reviewing in this video is BZRK by Michael Grant, and if you know Michael Grant and you've read his previous books and you know he wrote the Gone series, which is a phenomenal series filled with action and suspense, and it literally puts you on the edge of your seat for the entire series. This book is very different from his Gone series, but just know that the idea and the plot is just as unique, if not more unique, than his Gone series. Michael Grant is just that author that makes any wild and crazy plot sound believable and totally realistic. If you've read the inside jacket to this or you've read the summary online, it was probably very vague with no details whatsoever. So I hope that the summary and the plot I give you will be able to fill in all those missing details that you wish you had with the jacket plot and summary that's already out there. You just have to read it for yourself to understand how phenomenal and how well executed this whole idea and the plot really is. There are many characters in this book. There's many point of views that we follow and that we get to experience, but pretty much our 2 main characters are Noah and Sadie, and we learn in the beginning of the book that they live 2 very separate lives, but ultimately they are brought together after a series of events that happen in their personal lives. Those events in their personal life is what kickstarts this book and makes it the exciting novel that it is. They're not brought together in a way that you might think. They're brought together in an organization called BZRK. BZRK is a secret organization where people work for it who are known as Twitchers. Now, these Twitchers don't have a regular job sitting behind a computer or working in an office. These Twitchers control something called a biot. Each Twitcher has 2 biots, and these biots are controlled by them. And they're able to control these biots because of the DNA they supply to them, and literally that DNA attaches them to the biot so they control the biot with their minds. These biots are about the size of a dust mite and they are not visible to the human eye, so the purpose of these biots is literally to crawl into someone's eye and enter their brain. They are using the biot to fight off something called nanobots. Being a Twitcher is very dangerous because if both of your biots were to be killed in battle within someone's brain, you will enter the stage of insanity and will have to be checked into a psychiatric ward. Now, how can a biot die in battle? Well, like I said before, biots are fighting something called nanobots, and the nanobots come from an organization called the Armstrong Fancy Gifts Corporation. So the Armstrong Fancy Gifts Corporation uses a different type of technology, like I said, and that is known as nanobots. They are kind of similar to the biot, yet they have a different purpose. That purpose is to enter someone's brain and literally rewire it so that it can do whatever the person behind the nanobot will tell them to do. Rewiring someone makes them their weapon, so pretty much the Armstrong Fancy Gifts Corporation is the bad guy in this situation and the BZRK is fighting for the good in this situation. Over on the Armstrong Fancy Gifts Corporation, we have the Armstrong twins who are kind of the mastermind behind this whole idea. They are kind of like a freak of nature because they are twins, but ultimately basically they are kind of fused together, so they are two separate people, but they kind of look like they're one. Alongside with the Armstrong twins, we have someone called the Bugman, and the Bugman is actually a teenager, but he's one of the masterminds of the whole corporation, so it was very weird to wrap my whole head around that because I picture villains as like old dudes, but really this Bugman is even younger than I am. So ultimately, these two sides of the 21st century modern warfare are fighting against each other using similar technologies that have different purposes. Now, where do our characters kind of intertwine with this? Well, I won't tell you how Noah and Sadie come to find Berserk, but ultimately they do, and they are caught between this warfare and learning how to use their own biots themselves. Just because Noah and Sadie are the main characters doesn't mean you follow them throughout the whole book, because there are so many other characters intertwined, both from Berserk and the Armstrong Fancy Gifts Corporation, that you can like any character really. It just depends on who you are as a reader and what your opinions are on a character. So honestly, Noah and Sadie didn't do much for me. I didn't attach to them like I did with some other characters in this book, but they were okay, and I did like the way that their stories intertwined with the whole 21st century modern warfare. Over on the other side, the Armstrong Fancy Gifts Corporation is filled with evil villains, and I really enjoyed reading about the Armstrong twins and also the Bugman, because their evilness, it was so fun to read about, and I thought it was just a riot seeing how evil and manipulative they are. So now, if we go into the actual amazing part of this novel, and that is the descriptions that Michael Grant uses throughout the book. When Michael Grant describes the biot crawling up skin and entering the eye, he does it in such a realistic way that it becomes mind-blowing. Michael Grant uses comparisons from the biot to like human skin and hair to make it look as small as it is. For example, he'll describe the eyelashes as like tree trunks because of how large they are compared to the biot. So we kind of see life through the biot's eyes in terms of the size of things on someone's face, like hair, skin, and even sweat. So the whole experience of reading about the biot entering someone's eye and entering a human brain was phenomenal, because Michael Grant really executed to the point where I felt I was the biot. So at first it's a little hard to wrap your head around the idea of this little biot crawling up someone's skin, but seriously, Michael Grant pulls it off and makes it so believable and so real that I could not get over the experience that I was experiencing, I guess. It's just phenomenal in so many ways. I don't think any author can decide, oh, I'm gonna write a book about nanotechnology. Honestly, it takes a special author to come up with that idea first of all, and then be able to execute it. And Michael Grant is that one in a million who can take a crazy and insane concept like that and develop it to the point where he makes it his own and executes it so freaking well. So if I didn't make that clear, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars because not only did I enjoy the plot, I enjoyed the core idea. It's fantastic, it's innovative, and it's so unique. The way this book ended, I'm assuming there's going to be a sequel, and I think there will be, I hope there will be. But there's actually a website called BZRK.com. I will leave a link beside me. Go check it out. It's filled with like lots of cool stuff. There's a video, there's like a diary entries. It's so cool, and it represents how cool this book is. Michael Grant is a mastermind, and he created another amazing book that I could not put down. Alright guys, so that was my video. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you've checked out Berserk and you liked it, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, and if you're going to check it out, definitely let me know. And if you have any more questions about the actual book itself, don't be hesitant to leave them in the comments or ask me on Twitter and things like that. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and definitely check out Berserk because it's such a great book. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!